Oh my God.
Oh.
Ugh.
Hey everyone, welcome to WitchSlapped, the PopWire after show for Hallmark Channel's The Way Home. My name is Rowell,
Hi, I'm Dani.
and as you could tell, I'm sure all of you guys are feeling the same way. Oh, it was such an emotional episode, right? Oh my gosh, I'm like, oh. Okay, I counted. I cried no less than 7 separate times during this episode. What about
I
you?
wish I would have counted.
Huh?
I yeah, I said I wish I would have counted too.
Oh my gosh, so emotional. Whew. Okay. But so this is going to help us ease the pain or the trauma from this episode. Dani, what are you drinking tonight?
Um, I'm actually already on empty. It's just
Oh,
ice water now.
okay. All right. You should. I am drinking some wine. It's the same bottle from last time. Um, so yeah. All right. Oh gosh.
Where do
What
we?
the hell happened? Okay, but before we go into it, we're going to talk about we're going to share the description of the episode. The season 2 finale of Hallmark Channel's The Way Home, titled Bring Me to Life, is described as follows. Dell, Kat, Alice, and Elliot each receive answers about their past and present, while hope for the future brings new questions. The episode was written by Heather Conkey and directed by John Fawcett. All right, and yes, and that was the season 2 finale already. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? All right, Dani, it's your turn for Who Said It? Who said it?
Okay. So my who said it is, I have to admit, I'm afraid of this next step.
Right? Everyone watching, put in your guesses in the comments below. I honestly have no idea. Okay, tell
Well, I'm
us.
glad that I stumped you because last time you stumped me.
Mhm.
It was Dell. Dell was saying this to Colton. She had just invited everyone to come over for dinner, including Sam Bishop.
Mm,
And she's like starting to accept that
mhm,
she might be um, finding a new love, I guess.
mhm,
I don't know. I
mhm.
don't know if you can call Sam that yet, but yeah. And so she says that to Colton, and Colton reassures her, like, your heart is large enough to love me and someone else, more or less, is what he
Oh, yeah,
said.
I remember that now. Is it when she's like in her bedroom and then he appears to her?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that was a beautiful moment. So it's nice
Mhm.
to see that she's finally opening up and, letting people in and romantically or whichever. So, and we're
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing how that develops in season 3. Just got renewed. Yes, yes. Okay, I forgot to mention. So, if you guys remember from the last episode, I had a cooking accident and oil splashed all over my face and I have a band-aid here. And so it splashed all over my face. The next day, like it kind of turned like brownish. So I was like, let me just rub it off. And then actually, like some skin came off. And so that's this part. So, so I hope you guys don't get distracted from this. I should have, I was trying to find like a little circle band-aid to put over it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't. So I'm sorry. So you guys are stuck with this for this whole episode. Okay.
I never had it.
All right. So favorite moments. There's so many. Okay. And okay, so my favorite moment is present day Elliot. He freaking travels back in time, which is so cool.
Mhm.
And he travels back in time with Alice, and then he goes to the farm and he runs into Colton, right? And then Colton says, "Hey, who are you?" And oh, well, I could use some help. And see, and that I love that how he and his family are always so welcoming and inviting
Mhm.
to people. Like, with Alice. They welcomed her like she was part of the family. And then Elliot, young Elliot, they built that thing for him to hang out in. And uh yeah, I when he because I think throughout the season we see that the dad he has at home is not, as Colton says, he has a rough home situation. So Colton, when he's talking to present day Luke, oh gosh, I'm getting my shows mixed up. Not Cirilla's day. This is wait. Okay, when Colton is talking to present day Elliot, he's telling them what he's doing. So he's telling Elliot, my daughter's going away at camp, and her best friend is going to be all alone. And I just thought he spends so much time in the loft that it would make him feel a bit more like home. He's a good kid. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then there's and then another scene inside the barn when he's helping him with the light bulb. And then yeah, a lot of my scene. And then he starts crying. No.
I know.
Yeah.
Elliot stole the show for me this
Mhm.
episode.
So those were my favorite moments with him and um and Colton. Yeah.
Mhm.
You.
Yeah, I'll have to second that. That scene was really, really nice. And as he expressed to Kat, he got his 5 more minutes with Colton, which he wasn't able to get when Colton passed away. So it was really beautiful. And it also helped him to realize the pain that Kat went through when she wasn't able to save her dad.
Mhm.
Because he wanted so badly himself to like tell Colton, like, Jacob's gonna disappear, don't let him out of your eyesight, like, and then be careful in the truck. Um,
He almost did say something, huh?
yeah,
But
yeah,
he stopped
he almost
himself.
did.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. So that was a really great scene. And then I think another favorite scene has to be when Jacob comes through the pond and he's in front of the house and he like takes Kat's hand and he's like, ready to walk through the doors and see Dell.
Mm.
Ooh, gives me the chills.
So now we are going to go into our caption this segment where we shared a photo on social media for you guys to caption, and we asked for your captions and for submissions, and then so we are going to play that for you right now.
So that was our caption this. Thank you to everyone who submitted. They were awesome. Be sure to follow PopWire on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And when you see that caption this photo pop up, comment below, give us your caption, and then we will put it on our Witch Slapped episode.
Yeah. And I just realized I don't know if there's going to be another one until like next season because this is the season
Oh
for
yeah. Well, just be prepared for season 3
prepared. Be prepared.
here.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Thank you, Dani, for sharing that. Okay. So I have a Who Said It, and it's again so beautiful. I love the writing on the show. It's really beautiful. So, are you ready, Dani?
Yes.
Okay, so it is. I would never fault you for emerging into my life. I would never fault you for emerging into my life. Then for everyone watching on YouTube, put in the comments below who you think it is before we reveal who it is.
I can't believe I'm blinking again. I'm usually really good at this
I
game.
will narrow it down. It is from the past
I,
time period.
I thought so. I think is it Thomas Coyle? The cat?
It is, yes. You got it.
Oh, okay. What scene was that?
Okay. I don't remember exactly when it was from, but I
Okay.
think it was when she is at the beach right before they separate. Um, right before he gets killed off. Um, so remember, like because she traveled back in time to go say bye to him before he gets executed. So she runs to the beach and then she says, like, don't do this or whatever. And then he brings it up. I think that's when when he said it. I will never fault you for emerging into my life. So, and wait, was that when they kissed, or that was the previous? They kissed sometime in this episode. It's
Yeah.
all a blur now. Because I've been crying too much tonight because of the episode. But um, yeah. But that was a beautiful quote, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I was just gonna ask, are you Team Thomas? Are you Team Elliot?
I'm team everybody. I want her to hook up with you. I want her with I want Kat with Nick. I want her with Elliot. I want her with Brady. I want her with Thomas. I want her with Susanna. I'm team everybody. I think she just has great chemistry with everybody. I think she's such a great actress.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you? Wait, what were the options? You see where you said Thomas Coyle or what was the other
Thomas
one?
or Elliot.
I have to go with Elliot,
I
honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Elliot, but I have to say that like it makes me upset for him that he's always the second option
Yeah. Yeah.
for Kat. And he deserves so much more than that because he's a really good person. And yeah, I just feel like he's just going to keep getting his heart broken. And yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm also really upset that Susanna is probably not in the picture
What
for
do you
Kat.
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
Well, because I mean, this episode, Kat reveals that she could fall in love with Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah. Who
Mm,
knows, though? We'll see.
yeah. And then the other quote, so it's not really a who said, I'm gonna tell you who said it. It's young Elliot to Kat. So he says, listen, Kat, you're going to be an incredible mother. You're going to raise an amazing daughter whose love for you is beyond words. And she'll grow up to not only be your daughter, to just be your daughter, but be your best friend. And then young Kat was like, how do you know that? And oh, yeah. Yeah, I loved. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. What is your big moments from this episode?
Uh, I'm gonna have to point to the moment when Jacob comes through the pond and he's arrived in present day and he's
Yes.
actually gonna go home.
The whole
I
part.
love the part where he's like walking up towards the house and he like stops and he has this like memory of himself as a little boy running out of the front door and off the porch. And he gets this like huge smile on his face. And then he like takes Kat's hand and they start walking towards the house. Oh, makes me want to cry. I cannot wait to see how happy this is going to make Dell.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But then like, okay, the silly part of me would be like, okay, I'm here. What's new? What's all the new technology? Show me your flat screen TV, whatever. What is an iPad? What's an iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys still using the for the water? You know? How are you guys churning butter? Do you guys you know what I mean? What's the store? I don't know. Um, but another big moment of this episode is when Alice, um, with the help of Elliot, they find the letter with the plane tickets
Yeah.
that Alice meant to send to her mom. Was it Minnesota or Michigan or something? Something with an M. What state was it? Um,
Uh, he was
oh,
Carolina.
I'm way off, North Carolina. So she was going to give it to Elliot, but then she gave it to the dad instead. And come on now, do you think the dad was going to give it to her to give it to Dell? No, I didn't think so, right?
No.
But yeah, the whole time, Kat thought that the mom got the letter and didn't want to see her and the baby. So when Alice brought them two together, and it was just a beautiful moment. And she was like, because both of them thought that each they didn't want to see each other, right? And then Dell says, "Oh, if I had known that you had sent the plane tickets or something, I would have been there in a heartbeat." And oh, so I believe they're good now, right? They're good.
I hope so.
Oh, yes, I love it.
They
Yeah.
like rode off into the sunset together.
Mm.
Yeah. Another big moment, and I have to give props to my wife Dawn because she kind of called this. Um, but she had a feeling that the painting of Catherine
Mm.
may have been commissioned or painted by Susanna. And I thought that was a really great theory. And then finale episode comes around, and sure enough, it was painted. I don't know. I don't know if it was painted by Susanna or commissioned,
Mm.
but it was basically her painting
Yeah.
for Catherine. And I love that she refers to her as my Catherine. I think that is so
Mm.
darn sweet. But uh, then yeah, and then Kat like takes a closer look at the painting, looks at the book. Do you remember me saying that symbol or whatever it is on the book has to mean something? And sure enough, she like looks at it, realizes that it's the initials of Rebecca and Elijah Landry.
Mm.
And then boom, she thinks about the
Oh,
fireplace, finds the book. Oh my God, she finds the book
mm.
written by Susanna,
Yeah.
and now she's going to publish it for her.
Love it. Love it.
Amazing.
And remember the last episode of WitchSlapped? I think it was the last one or the one before last, where I was like, when Kat found the paintbrushes, and then Thomas Coyle said my Catherine, and how that was
Yeah.
too easy to put together. So I was like,
Yep.
with Susanna, you know what I mean? Oh, and then also we find out that Thomas is still alive. So yay.
Oh, I know.
He's not dead, yes.
Oh my gosh.
So you know what I worry though is like I wonder if this is the last we'll see of the 1814 or the 1800s, because I want to see more of Susanna and Thomas and Elijah. But yeah,
I don't think it will be because I think Kat is going to want to see Thomas.
okay. And I really want to see. I hope we get to see, because I guess back in the day, like when you're doing a painting, that person sits in and while you
Mhm.
paint. So maybe we'll get to see Kat go back in time and get to see Susanna paint her.
We'll
And then
get to see
maybe
like
some stuff
a
goes
Jack
down.
and Rose moment.
Huh?
Maybe we'll get to see a Jack and Rose moment.
And on the yes. And then y'all, the biggest twist of all, Colton is a time traveler. Okay, so earlier in the episode, we see that, we see present day Elliot and Kat, they go back to the past. So, and then we do see that, they have, the celebration before the summer. We do see that it was Elliot and Kat who was watching them, and we do see that it was Elliot who made that sound that made young Elliot go, "Did you see that? I mean, did you hear that?" So we automatically thought that, oh, yep, it was Elliot that was in the bushes. but there was a man standing behind them, which is the same figure that we saw earlier in the season. So it wasn't Elliot. Then at the end, we find out that it's freaking Colton. Did you have any idea that that was going to be? No.
No clue. And I not long ago we were just talking about that scene between the little boy that we thought was Jacob and the woman holding his hand at the pond. And it turns out it's Colton. It's not even Jacob.
Ooh. And I had to rewatch the premiere too to see, because what is that called? The Mandela effect or something, where you could have sworn they showed young Jacob's face in that
Yeah,
scene, but I rewatched it. Did you rewatch it too?
I
And,
didn't. I
and they didn't show his face. It was blurry the whole time.
didn't.
Um, but then you could hear Kat, present day Kat, talking about Jacob. So with her voiceover talking about Jacob and us seeing the boy blurred out, we automatically, linked to the okay, that's Jacob. You know what I mean? Without seeing his face. But
Yeah.
so yeah, so many unanswered questions. But I think that this is why now that he knew when he was at the scene of the car crash, he said Catherine, right?
Mhm.
So, and then I'm wondering the order of it. Did he know that that was present day Elliot coming to him when he was helping him with the
Yeah,
bomb?
I kind of thought that about that too. Yeah. Like the way he was interacting with him. I know that he's a very kind, welcoming person,
Mhm.
but I don't know. And he kept talking about Elliot.
Yeah, yeah.
Very interesting. Um, Especially if he had been there during the summer kickoff while Alice and Elliot were there too. But gosh, I don't know. Like the whole time traveling thing is such a strange phenomenon. And um, if he's alive, technically alive in these other timelines, then it just kind of shows us that time really is this like loop. Um, yeah, so strange. So strange. It
Shoot.
also means that the Landrys have been talking about this magic pond for generations and generations.
Oh, you know what was so funny? Okay. When I was watching this scene and we see that it is present day Elliot watching younger Elliot, and then we saw the figure in the back, I was
Mhm.
like, I was like, what if that's older future Elliot looking at present day Elliot watching younger Elliot? Do you get it?
I mean, it could happen.
Like three Elliots in a row.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Colton has a time. Do you think he kept that information to himself, or maybe he told Dell? And this actually rules out the theory that Dell
Mhm.
knows something about the pond. We didn't get to see her we there was a theory in the poster, and we where she's looking into the pond with Alice and Cat, and so we thought that it would be a clue that she would eventually find out, or she knew all along about the pond, but we didn't get to see that this season. Instead, we see that it's Colton that knew about it the whole time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do you think Dell knows? Do you think he told her?
I don't think she knows. I think that if she knew, I don't know. Because I wonder why, or I wonder if Colton ever thought about Jacob maybe falling into the pond.
Mm,
Um, and I don't know if Dell knew about the pond, maybe she would have
yeah.
questioned. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think she knows.
Okay.
Yeah. There was one more thing that the show pointed at, which was on the necklace that Casey was
Mm,
wearing.
yes.
And I have no idea what that could mean.
Okay.
Do you?
Um, okay, so I heard a really good theory.
Ooh, what is it?
Remember, I think I don't know if I mentioned this in WitchSlapped or I might have, texted you this, but I thought it was strange how, not strange, but like random that Kat had taken that picture with Casey.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, somehow that picture is going to come back in some way. And then
Yeah.
we do see the picture, and then Alice sees the ring and stuff. I was told by Jennifer a really good theory about that, but I think we should wait for our next episode for her to tell us.
Okay.
So we are actually going to do another one after this, where we will look back at the whole season. We will talk about our favorite moments, our favorite episodes, and our hopes for season 3. Does that sound okay, Daddy?
Yeah, that sounds really fun.
Okay, we'll do that when you get back from your big trip after you get
Okay.
off and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but oh gosh, when you hear what Jennifer had to
Oh
say,
my God,
I
I
don't know if
can't
it's
wait.
I don't know if it's her theory or someone else's.
Yeah.
But when she told me that, I was like, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think more on it myself because yeah, it's just an odd thing that they've kind of thrown in the mix.
But it looks like Casey's gonna be back next season. So yeah.
Yay.
Yay, Casey. All right. Well, this was a roller coaster of an episode. I don't think
Ooh.
I've cried this much. And when was the last time you cried this much? Like watching a TV show?
Uh, Motherland.
Yeah, okay. I think the last big cry I had was when Lexi died in Grey's Anatomy.
Oh,
Kyler Lee, your shows keep making me cry, girl. All right, well, this has been fun, and we're not done yet. As I mentioned, we're going to do another episode where we're going to talk about the whole season, our favorite moments, our favorite episodes, and we're going to have Jennifer back on, and maybe some other people, maybe some other like guest hosts. Yeah. So thank you again so much for watching. This was a great season.
yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it again.
let's do a cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm Rowell.
And I'm Dani. Good to see you guys.
We will see you real soon. Thank you. Bye. Mwah, 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 mwah.